Hey everyone, welcome to another scene in the Kansas venue, Northeast Kansas. This is going to be a scene for the Sorcerer venue, and Lillian and Sky have seen some shit today. They have seen some shit today. After watching Eric go all Valhalla on somebody and cleave them with a great sword, they are understandably very affected by this. Lillian put on a strong face, helped out as much as they could, and Lillian very calmly took Sky to the car, Lillian's car, which was a few blocks down. Second they get in, she immediately hugs him and starts crying.
Immediately after she starts hugging Sky, who is already starting to tear up, he starts crying as well. He's visibly shaken, and he doesn't know what to do over all of the things that have been happening. He is understandably breaking down.
So, after a few minutes, let's call it about 10-15 minutes, Robert shows up at the car and knocks on the window. And he's dressed a bit differently now. He's out of his coat. He's no longer wearing his name badge. And his shirt clearly says, come join the biological and genetics department. You gotta know we have the best genes around. And he's carrying a 4 tray of coffee each, and it's filled with each large, or goddammit, Trente cup of coffee.
Okay. As Robert knocks on the door, Lillian's going to startle and pull herself together right quick.
Sky kind of slaps his face a little bit to get himself all situated. He kind of straightens his shirt and pushes his hair back. That's probably really messy from him crying, and wipes his eyes.
Well, Rob just stands there, waiting.
There's probably a good long few seconds of not registering what the fuck's happening right now.
Sky does. I don't think he even thinks to talk right now.
Fiona,
the entire time he was quiet after that happened. It's like he can't make out words.
Lillian will figure out what's going on and roll down the window, and she'll say, Hey.
Hey there. Thought you two might like some coffee. I saw you sitting out here in the car earlier, so thought I'd just come by, see how you guys are.
As fine as can be.
Okay.
Considering a man get cut in half.
He kind of just looks down at the ground for a moment before looking back up. Well, I have triple shot in this cup, quad, normal coffee, I think it's house brew, and I have red eye in this one.
Just give me the strongest one. I don't even care.
Okay, I hand you the one that is just pure espresso.
She chugs that motherfucker back entirely. She ain't sleeping tonight. Fuck that.
Would you like one? Eden, right?
Yeah, it's not like he's even registering that you're there, and you hear him muttering, next thing I know, Caleb's gonna come back. Everything's going wrong. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
I kind of just look at Lillian. Anything else I can do to help?
No, I don't think so, Robert. Thanks for checking on us, though. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I can tell you this, situations like that is never fun.
Sky kind of like
Yeah.
blinks a little bit, and then he looks at you like with like his eyes kind of look like they don't have life in them, and he's just like, "You've been in situations like this before."
Yes, there was an accident at my lab, chemistry lab, a few years ago when I was still in college, and some idiots weren't listening to the teacher. So they decided to mix something up and drink it. Next thing the class knows, the fool was on the floor convulsing, foaming at the mouth. And everybody pretty much panicked. Since
So that's
becoming a teacher, I've had to learn that shit happens and you can't let it get to you, especially whenever you're teaching a class.
You're right.
so that's why you felt you could save a dead person. Looked like somebody was dissecting a calf. It's like he's like not even looking at you.
Yeah, looking back on it, it was a little insensitive, but I was deflecting.
Let me ask you this, then, Robert. I've been told by others before that I can sometimes use humor as a way to deal with things. Do you do that too? And please answer honestly.
I occasionally do. At the time, it was either try and make light of the situation, not think about it, and move on, or think about it, puke, and panic.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck Eric thought he was doing, though, trying to act all self-righteous and shit.
Yeah. I don't know what his problem is, but hopefully everything goes better from here on out.
Are all you Thanatos like that?
You Thanatos?
You
I don't
know. What the fuck? What does he have to do with euthanasia?
Well, if you know anything about Latin or Greek, eutheos usually means death.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's this? What is that?
What is what?
Aaron, don't fuck with me right now.
He's like he's has a really blank stare, like it's the light's not on right now. And he
Aaron, would you like some coffee?
he just kind of blinks. Then he tries to collect himself and he's like, yeah.
Well, I have a triple shot, a double shot, and regular coffee. And I have creamer too if you need it, creamer and sugar.
Just give me strong coffee.
Okay, I hand you the one that's half full with espresso and half full with coffee.
He's drinking it, like he just chugs it.
Anyways, I would invite you back to the lab. It's somewhat safe for now. We don't have anybody that's supposedly taken any of that purple candy. And I was just headed there myself to start again on working on that.
I want to find out who the fuck put that candy there.
Same do I. But at the moment, we're kind of burnt out.
Sky kind of looks down, and then he kind of looks off into space, and he says, "He's watching us. The Puppet Master's watching us."
I think they're doing counseling and grief counseling on the campus. If your friend Lillian needs to go see one, I'm pretty sure I can get it arranged that he sees somebody.
Sky kind of looks at Robert, and he's like, "No, the Puppet Master. He's watching all of us." Like, tears are forming in his eyes.
I'll kind of just look at Lillian expectantly, kind of sort of confused, like, do you know what he's talking about? I don't say that, but it's the look I'm giving Lillian.
Her expression right now is exasperated, annoyed, and confused. She's going to look over and be like, Aaron, who are you talking about?
The man or woman, I don't know. He's been watching us. He's been following us. He took Caleb. He took Zach. They're all gone. He's watching us.
Who's Caleb and Zach? Have the police put out an APB for them?
Sky's just kind of blinking. Like, he doesn't, it's not registering what you're saying. All that's going on in his mind is what he knows. He's broken.
Aaron, why didn't you turn Eric in?
Trust me, I wanted to.
Sky kind of looks over at Lillian and he says, and he just blinks. And he's like, there are things happening to all of us.
Like what?
He looks at you two, and he says, you need to come with me. We're going to a place that's secluded so I can show you something.
I'm needed here on campus.
It doesn't matter. Call in. His eyes are like he's determined to show you something.
Oh, where are we going?
Oh, I can't. And then he immediately touches his hands and just kind of stares off into space. He's thinking about his brother now, out of character.
That's fine.
You okay?
Out of character, he wanted to take you to the woods and transform in front of you. At this point.
I mean, well, let's hold off on the OOC clarifications until after the scene. Yeah, let's just play it out right here. We got a good flow. Got a good flow going.
Okay.
You okay, man? Pretty sure we can get you to a hospital or something.
It's not gonna help. His eyes are tearing up even more, and he's like, "It's all real. You don't understand."
Oh, don't understand what?
You wouldn't understand me.
Try me. I have a pretty open mind.
He like bites his lip and stares at you two, like he has fear in his eyes.
Lillian has to breathe very deeply,
Are you going to be safe?
and she says, "You can tell us what you like or not tell us, but don't you pull that you wouldn't understand crap on me. Not right now."
He bites his lip, then kind of inhales and exhales, and he says, "Vampires are real. Werewolves are real. Magic is real. And there's a world of darkness all around us."
Not this again.
Lillian starts laughing.
Sky's just crying.
Oh, hey, you were serious. I don't know about vampires or werewolves, but I do know what there is to know about darkness. I have had to do a lot of things that I was not proud of. I've had to see a lot of things that I wish that I could unsee. Things have happened to me that I wish never happened.
Sky's eyes are like tearing up, and he wishes that you guys could understand, and he knows that you probably have dealt with so much. Like he just is tearing up. He doesn't know what to say. He's speechless.
So, Rob pinches the bridge of his nose, and he looks slightly irritated, slightly exasperated. And he says, to Aaron, I think. Have you been talking to that really freaky hobo that's, late 40s?
Who?
He was with that Eric dude.
I've never met this man.
No, he was talking about what you just mentioned. Except he was very paranoid about it. He always saw demons around in every shadow, every corner. Kind of freaky. You don't happen to be colleagues with Eric, are you?
I thought it was safe to stay with him. I thought I would be finally safe. I thought I could live somewhere where I wouldn't be hurt.
You were hurt at the last place you lived?
He's just kind of looking at you like he doesn't. He wants to tell you everything. Like it's like he has so much more to say, but he's not saying it.
Okay. don't have to talk to me. I'm just a stranger. But I do suggest you talk to one of the grief counselors on campus.
You don't understand. It won't mean anything.
It may not, but it might help you through what you're going through.
I'm still gonna have my brother constantly watching me. I'm still gonna have the threat of someone watching me who wants to kill me and plays me like a string.
No one's watching you. It's just you, me, and Lillian. See, look around. It's just us.
They're not here right now, but they can still see us.
How can they see us? Is it through the cameras?
I told you.
Well, why don't we go somewhere that you feel safe, and we can talk about it. Do you have a place in mind?
He's just staring at Lillian and like smiling, and well, it's not smiling. He's like did a small smile and then kind of looks back down.
Robert would shake his head, look to Lillian. Do you two have a safe place to go tonight?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Just like your friend over there is, he really needs somebody professional to talk to.
I know. I know.
Would you see to it that he gets the help he needs?
Yes, it will. It'll be fine.
Well, you seem pretty tore up too.
I'll be okay.
He kind of just does a slow nod and says, okay, I believe you.
She actually does say that with conviction. That wasn't like half-hearted.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's just the look that Robert's giving Lillian is kind of like the look of disbelief, sort of. Like, God, how would you describe it? Like, he disagrees with you, but he's not willing to tell you what it is.
Of course, definitely. All right. Lillian will just lean her head back on the seat. Would you believe me if I told you I came to Kansas because it's quieter here?
No. You see Kansas? Well, I guess you're not used to the hubbub of living here.
Of living where?
In Kansas.
I guess. It's from New York before this.
Oh, did you actually mean literally quieter? Then yes, it is.
Yes. Not as much happens here. At least I thought so. I feel like I'm wrong.
Well, that I can relate to.
Sky kind of sits up, straightens himself out, and then kind of looks at you, and then he says, like,
You who?
looks at Robert,
Okay.
and he's like, "How are you doing? You doing okay after everything?"
No.
And he has like the most calm voice you've ever heard. Like fake it or make it.
No, I'm not okay. I just watched a man die a few nights after I was mugged and newly killed by this Eric person, only to be dragged in front of somebody he knows and be ranted at about the dangers of the night. No, I'm not doing fine.
He nods.
And to answer your question, why I didn't rat out Eric, turn him in, it's because the person he was with made it crystal clear that he was not to be trifled with.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Aaron, tell me about the fucking werewolves, the fucking vampires, the fucking mages. Fuck.
If we're not careful, we can even get leprechauns in the story.
Fucking right.
Are you going to tell me the guy on the, Lucky Charms is real?
Could be. He smiles.
Just fuck.
He... Since it's so easy for my character to do this, I'm going to, say that I can. Sky will look at you two. I'm burning a willpower. And inside the car, he'll look at you and say, "This is what I mean when supernatural things are real." And his hand will turn into that of a wolf.
Oh,
That's enough to get Lily the fucking week back.
same with Robert. He doesn't seem to freak out as much as Lillian. He's more surprised than shocked.
His eyes are tearing up, and then he disperses the spell, and he's like, "Mission."
Well, I don't know about you, Lillian, but I think I've had too much to drink.
Okay. No. I don't think that's it. I'm not on any mind-altering substance. I don't think you are. There were no drinks in that club, in that party. None of us had the purple shit, except for Aaron. Which means his fucking hand's a wolf hand. That's a thing. We saw that. We saw that happen.
Yes, it did.
How? What kind of biological fucking mutation? What kind of cocktail of chemicals? What?
I believe that's my particular area, but I don't think Aaron here used any of that. I suggest asking him.
And what? And she's gonna look over to Aaron.
His eye, he's still crying, but he's not purposely sobbing. It's just they're running down his face, and he says, "There's a fear every day because I know things that I shouldn't have known. Lillian, you have magic. You are mage too. And he like touches his chest and he says, and because we're mages, we're all pawns in some sort of elaborate play that's been going on. There was this fortune teller that told us this, and his name is the Puppet Master. He's been controlling all of these things. He means sorcerer.
Okay. Make sure that's clarified.
And I mean, not mages, sorcerer. But the thing is, what you saw today is part of the elaborate plan. Whatever that candy was, I'm positive it caused that man to berserk. Eric, I don't think he's completely to blame for this. He blinks a little bit and he's like clutching his hand and he says, I know that's hard to think, but he struggles every day. He fights vampires at his age. There's a reason why he carries that in his duffel bag. It was his first thought to attack. Because that's what we've been stuck around.
Okay. I don't.
I don't know jack shit about magic. But what I do know is that throughout all of human history, sufficiently advanced science and just applied tools can make the impossible possible. We see this every day. Even events and religions can have some basis in science. The Red Sea actually fucking parts sometimes.
Well, you know that old saying. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at in this.
Sky kind of like runs his hand over his fingers and then he kind of looks at you and he says, there's so much that we don't even know. We're fighting a battle that we can't win. And
Go, 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 go.
I don't even know how to live in the real world.
What?
He was very, very rich.
Who are you?
My name is Sky Olmsted of the Olmsted family. Out of character, just hearing Olmsted, you know about the Olmsteds. It's a name that's spread throughout Kansas.
Okay. Homestead. Oh, that's where I've seen it before. Okay.
Then he looks down and he says, "But I'm not allowed to be an Olmsted anymore, so my name is Aaron Price."
Aaron Price suits you more.
So, let me get this straight. You're telling me that you have this brother who you're afraid of, and your family kicked you out on the street, knowing full well that you can't support yourself. Stop me if I'm wrong, but wow, that seems a little cold-blooded.
You don't know the half of it.
It's the absolute definition. To abandon your family like they were fucking worthless. Everyone can tell this seems to hit a nerve for Lillian at this point.
Same with Rob, although not as explosively. He leans against the car, and he wipes his mouth with his hand. You know, that gesture that people do when they're lost in thought. And he says, "Well, I guess that really redefines the term blue bloods."
I guess. Shit.
Well, another saying. Family isn't connected to you by... Oh, fuck it. Hold on.
Sky frowns, and then he says,
The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the land.
"I wish I could just escape, but I can't. He's going to watch me. He's always going to watch me." He is like really, like he's crying like really bad right now. Like it's not like he's sobbing like uncontrollably. It's just tears just keep pouring down his face.
Well, have you gone to the police office yet?
You think I can go to the police about any of this?
Well, you're saying that your brother is watching you constantly and you're afraid for your life.
You don't know. He's a mage. He can watch me by just watching me. He doesn't have to even bat an eye, and I wouldn't have proof.
Are there any other mages in the city?
Yeah, but it won't do anything.
Why not?
He's too strong.
Well, if he gets his strength from belittling others, then yes, he is strong. But to me, he seems like a weak little insect.
Oh, what was that? That was super quiet.
But to me, he seems like a weak little insect.
Seems like a punk ass bitch.
He seems like
Smiles softly, and he says, "You know, we could probably hear you, but I don't fucking care."
How old are you? Sky?
I'm 18.
Okay. Well, do you have a place to stay tonight?
I asked to stay with Lillian.
Lillian?
Yeah, she nods and says, "Yeah, I've got him."
Okay. I don't know how much I can do to help you with your brother or this puppet master. I'll see what I can do.
Sky kind of blinks a little bit and he says, I'm sorry. I'm selfish. By me even telling you about this, I'm putting you into the past.
Please. What you said is true. Even if you hadn't told me, I would have been dead. But you're not selfish. I haven't seen you do a selfish act.
All I know is I need to get stronger, or all my friends are gonna keep disappearing.
Tell me of these friends. Who is this, God damn it. Fuck, I forgot his name. Not Caleb, the other dude.
Zach?
Yeah. Tell me of Zach.
Zach was always quiet. He loved technology and was fascinated by how the world works. He was a lot older than me, but he was my friend. Last time I even got to see him, we played video games together and then he just disappeared. I haven't heard a word from him. I couldn't talk to him.
Okay, well, what about Caleb?
Caleb. Caleb was my friend too. And I should have believed in him before he disappeared.
Why didn't you believe him?
He bites his lip and then kind of looks at you and says, because while all these supernatural things are real, there's a lot of evil there in the world too. And it was said that he was half demon.
Okay.
Or not even half demon, half spirit of a demon? I don't even... All I know is the proof that I saw when Zach awakened and he looked like a demon right in front of me. I shouldn't have hit him. It was the last time I saw him.
Was it his doing?
I don't even think he could control it. I wish he could have understood how scared I was. That I didn't mean to hurt him.
Well, if for nothing else, let this be a learning experience.
I don't know how I don't even know if I can love it like D&D. I have a stupid fucking dragon who's watching me under my brother's orders, who always just...
Well, in D&D, your actions determine what your character is like. Mostly like in real life. If this guy is... If what you're saying is true and this guy was really scary, then it's understandable if you didn't exactly find him good. But you gotta learn to forgive yourself and not make the same mistake again by just judging somebody because somebody tells you.
He nods. I shouldn't have said that my dragon was stupid. I love Bahamut. It's just... I know that he's always talking to my brother. I know he disappears and he's able to go right back to his ear. And I know that even though he's one of my best friends, he'll be my brother's friend first.
Well, dwelling on what you don't will only make matters worse for you. I suggest talk to somebody professionally about what's going on, and not mention the magical or otherwise stuff to them. But you do sound like you do need help. You've just witnessed somebody die tonight, both you and Lillian. I'm not blind. I can see that it's taking a toll on both of you. And from what you told me, you Scott, come from an abusive family with little regard to their own kin. It sounds like you really need somebody to talk to open up about, and maybe get help, so you can start learning how to live on your own. So you can start to learn how to tie your own shoes, drive a car, go shopping, balance the budget.
I already see someone.
That's good.
He smiles. I'm sorry I'm a hindrance to any of you. I need to be stronger, and I know that. If I wasn't so weak, maybe I could protect my friends, and none of them would disappear.
Okay. Let me give you a piece of advice. You say you need to be stronger. That tells me you have a lot of self-doubt. Not only in yourself, but in your capabilities and how you think people view you. Stop it. Stop saying that. Stop thinking like that. You will become better as time goes on. And you will learn from mistakes, just like everybody else. You attempt to train, you attempt to get better. But in the end, you know what? Last time I checked, you're not like Caleb. You're still human. You're prone to mistakes. You're prone to be imperfect. So, you know what? Embrace it. And you will see yourself getting better over time.
He nods and smiles softly. He's clutching his fist, but it's like an act of determination.
The thing is, I was told this by my therapist on my first day. Half of the battle and half of things, really, is going to be changing how you think.
Of course. Actually, not half the battle. I have to disagree with that. It's more like 90% of the battle. Because most of this is all in your head. Whether you think you can or cannot do something will actually determine if you can or cannot do something. It's learning to push past those boundaries and being able to do it. It's being able to say, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Feeling better now, Scott?
Yes, and please call me Aaron.
All right, Aaron. I'll try to remember.
He smiles.
I
know that there's a...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
How about you, Lillian? How are you doing?
I'm fine. I got my freak out the way.
That's good. See if you can therapist can pencil in another appointment for Mr. Aaron over here. At least until he finds his out. What were you about to say, Stephen?
This guy kind of looks, and then he says, I will become strong. I'll become strong enough to help everybody. I don't want to be weak anymore. And I know it's...
Look, Aaron.
The thing is, unless I learn to stand on these 2 feet and live without my brother, I'll always be under his thumb.
Aaron, perhaps you misunderstood me. You're as strong as it is right now. You just have to realize that.
Thank you.
Well, I'll be at my lab. You can reach me on my lab phone. The phone number connected to the lab. Just call me if you needed anything. It's nice talking to you too. I hope you two get better.
Thank you. I appreciated you talking to us.
You're welcome.
Are you doing okay now,
No.
Lillian?
Yeah, I am. I'm good. I'm
He'll
good.
give Lillian a big hug.
She'll hug back.
Well, I hope you two make it to wherever you are going safely. I'd rather not have another accident today.
Do we want to do anything else, or?
Yes, there's one other thing.
I forgot. I did not like how you said that.
As Robert leaves the car and heads out, Lillian will, after she's done hugging Aaron, will very gently look into his eyes and say, "You stay and live under my roof. I will teach you everything that there is to know about living in the real world. I ask for one thing in trade."
He'll say, and what's that?
Tell me everything you know.
I will, but it will take more than a few days.
That's fine. I will set time aside. Deal?
He'll nod.
All right. Let's go home.
Okay. Let's go home. I guess this is what it feels like to finally have a family. He smiles.
Something like that. She'll smile. Tear rolls down her face at the mention of a family. And they will head to Lillian's place.
Okay. And anything else? Are we good?
I think we're good.
Thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching this depressing episode of World of Darkness, Kansas.